Okay, as a first step, what we are going to do is import the necessary libraries. So import pandas as PD. Pandas is used for data manipulation and analysis, especially whenever your data is in a tabular form, as you know that. Import Seaborn as SNS. So Seaborn is a library that is used for creating the attractive and the informative statistical graphics. Okay. As this assignment deals with the univariate, multivariate and bivariate analysis, for which we are going to plot different graphs. Okay, so you need this library, so you need to import this Seaborn library. Then you will also require matplotlib.pyplot. This matplotlib library is a plotting library which is used to display and customize the various graphics that you are going to draw. So as a first step, the data collection step, you load the dataset from CSV file located at your systems. Then after once you load the dataset, you start with the univariate analysis first. So analyzing the one variable at a time. So for this, as I mentioned, you are going to draw histogram and you are going to draw the box plot. So let us see how the histogram is drawn. So histogram plot, this shows that how often each range of a particular feature, let us say total bill values that are appearing in our data. So here we are using another one important attribute to add the smooth curve in whatever plot we have drawn, so that we can figure out how the distribution looks like. Okay, so with sns.histplot, and in bracket we are providing two arguments. The first argument will be the feature name. Okay, so the feature name we are going to study is the total bill. So tips of total bill will be the first argument. Second argument, if I need to draw the smooth curve to represent the distribution, then I will set KDE is equals to true. So this will add this argument KDE is equals to true. This argument will add a smooth curve to represent the distribution. Then I will add the title to the graph. So title, let us say I need to specify histogram of total bill. So this title I will pass in an argument. Okay, so this will add a title to the graph. Then I will display the plot. So with plt.show I will display the plot. So histogram we have drawn with this small code. For box plot, this plot helps us to visualize the distribution of a total bill, showing the median, quartiles and the outliers that are present. So how you draw the box plot is, you use sns.boxplot, and in bracket you pass the argument for the feature for which you want to visualize the distribution. So I'm going to use the total bill. Okay, so I will simply provide x is equals to tips of total bill. So this will simply plot, as I am having a single feature with me, so I will simply specify x. Okay, so on x-axis we are going to draw this, right? So with plt.title I will provide the title to the graph, and plt.show it will display the plot. So this is what my histogram for the total bill looks like. Okay, so initially I have drawn the histogram, and then I have drawn the box plot. So histogram I have drawn, and then I have added a smooth curve to this to see how the distribution is there, like so it is quite increasing, and then there is slight decreasing. So this kind of distribution you can just study. Okay, so then the box plot, it shows how the data values are distributed. It shows the median, it shows the quartiles, and it shows the outliers present. Okay, so this is the box plot of the total bill. So this is what we are going to perform in the univariate analysis. Okay, so similarly, as you have drawn the histogram and box plot for total bill feature, you can just study other features as well in the similar fashion. Next part, perform the bivariate analysis when I need to analyze the relationship between the two variables. So I will use scatter plot and I will use box plot by category. So these are the two plots I am going to draw for bivariate analysis between total bill and the tip, these two features. Okay, so scatter plot, this plot shows the relationship between the total bill and the tip. How to draw this plot is where the each point represents one observation in a data set for a particular row value. Okay, so that row value will be for total bill and a tip. So here this is the code with which you can draw the scatter plot. So sns.scatter plot, and in bracket you need to specify different arguments. You need to specify x coordinates, you need to specify y coordinates, right? And then you need to specify which data points, like across which you need to find out this bivariate analysis. So on x-axis I will specify, let us say, total bill, and on y-axis I will specify the tip column. Okay, and the data is the data set, or you can say your data frame. Okay, so these three arguments you are going to pass. Then plt.title, it will add the title to the graph, and plt.show, it will display the plot that you have drawn. Then for box plot by category, so here I want to I want to display the graph for categorical data. So in that case I will use the box plot by category. So here this box plot will compare the distribution of the total bill, let us say, across different days of the week. So days of the week I cannot count now, but I want to draw the plot against this, right? So that's why I'm using the box plot. So whenever I need to deal with the categorical data, I can go for the box plot in that case. So sns.boxplot, in bracket I will specify x coordinate, let us say day, and for y coordinate, let us say total underscore b. So these two features I am going to draw, and the data set I need to specify data is equals to tips. Okay, so tips is my data frame. Then plt.title, it will add a title. Plt.show, it will display the plot. So this is how the scatter plot looks like. So total bill on x-axis, and the amount, the tip amount, that is on y-axis, and this is my scatter plot. So you can just see how you can just find out. So if this was the bill amount, let us say if bill was the 10, then what was the tip given? So majority of people, they have the bill, the total bill ranging between 10 to 25 maximum. So most of the people, they have the values over here, right? And they have paid a little amount of tip. You can analyze. Some people, those are, let us say, very rich, and they have the total bill, let us say, in this above 50, and they have paid the most tip. So this kind of analysis you can figure out from bivariate analysis. If you see the box plot, so this is how the box plot of total bill by days, it looks like this. Okay, so for every day a different box plot is there, and for every box plot there are outliers present, there is a quartile, there is a median, right? So this is a particular range in which, let us say, on Sunday, so what was the range of the total bill on Sunday? It lied in from 10 to uh, like almost 50, but maximum of the total bill ranges from this 15 to let us say 28, and so on, right? Then for Thursday, the maximum of the total bill, most of the total bill was ranging from 15 to 20, likewise. So this is what the box plot is, makes you easier to analyze uh, between the relationship between the two variables, right? Then in multivariate analysis, when I need to analyze three or more variables together, what we will do, we are going to use pair plot, then we can use correlation heat map, and we can use the facet grid as well. So let us see all these three techniques one by one. So pair plot, it creates the scatter plots for every pair of numeric columns in my data set. Then I need to have certain hue, that hue colors are nothing but they describe the data points by some feature. Let us say in our graphs I am going to see the data points by gender to visualize between the different groups, right? So groups of the male and female likewise. So how many male, like based on the gender feature, what was the total bill or what was the tips likewise. So I'm going to plot the pair plot for the tips data set. Okay. SNS dot pair plot, in bracket I will provide two arguments. So first argument will be your data frame and second argument will be on which numeric columns you want to specify the hue, or hue is nothing but the colors of a data points for one column. So that column name you will have to specify as to create the distinguished groups. I'll just show you how this looks like. So for example, over here, this graph, the first one. Okay. So this is like let us say blue colors, these are specifying by males, and the orange spreads, these are by females. So you can just figure out how the distribution is there on a total bill with respect to the gender. Okay, fine. Then I can have okay. So whatever columns are there in tips, right? So for all those columns across the hue, across the specified hue, the pair plots are generated. Okay. So the across all the columns for total bill, for tip, then for size, then for price per person, then for CC number. So all these columns, for all these columns, you are going to generate a pair plot. So it will be generated automatically with a single line. Okay. With SNS dot pair plot and with tips comma hue is equals to the sex, with that feature all the pair plots will be drawn for you. Okay. So these all graphs will be generated for you with a single line. So these blue colors and orange lines, the blue colors and the orange colors. So these represent the spreads of the total bill. This represents the spreads of the total tip, right? This represents the spread for the size column. This represents the spread for the price per person. This represents the spreads for the total bill across CC number and so on. Okay. Then next graph that you can plot is correlation heat map. So here we are going to use a function that is core, which will calculate the correlation coefficients between the numeric variables, which has the values between 1 to -1. We are going to use a heat map. So heat map shows these correlations with colors where we are keeping and not is equals to true, so that it will always display the numbers as well. So here, look at the code for this, how to draw the correlation heat map. So first I need to calculate the correlation. So core is equals to tips dot core. So I am going to calculate it. And after I have calculated the correlations, now I am going to use a heat map. So SNS dot heat map, and in bracket I will pass correlation as argument because I need to plot the correlation heat map. Okay. Then I will specify and not is equals to true, so that I can display the numbers as well. And then I will specify CMAP is equals to coolwarm, so that it makes simple that the coolwarm, the specification this, it makes the high and low values very easily distinguishable. Okay, so that you can just figure out with the colors only which one is having the high value and which one is having the low value. Likewise, then I will simply give the title and I will plot the whatever graph we have drawn. So this heat map looks like this. So this is the correlation heat map for the different correlation values that you are getting for the pairs of features. Okay. So if you see the total bill and CC number, it has a correlation of 0.1. If you see the total bill and price per person, it has the correlation value of 0.65. Likewise, okay. So you are simply plotting, you have simply calculated first the correlations of the correlation values for your data set features, whatever columns you have. So for all those you have calculated the correlation, and for that, for all those correlation values you have simply plot the heat map. Okay, so this heat map will have the values within the range of +1 to -1. If you are getting a heat map with some other values, then something is wrong with your data. Then in that case you have to clean the data first and then you will have to draw the heat map. Okay, I hope you understood this. Okay, then last visualization, that you are going to draw a facet grid. So the facet grid, it provides a data set, let us say by time and sex, and it will create the separate scatter plots for each of the subgroups. So here I'm using the map also. So map applies the scatter plot function to each group. So what is the code for this, for drawing the facet grid? So this is, let us say I'm simply using a variable, let us say g. So g is equals to sns dot facet grid. In bracket I will specify certain arguments. First argument will be your data set, because for this data set you are going to draw the facet grid, and I need to divide this data set for generating the facet grid. So I need to provide the columns and the rows, specifying how I am going to divide the data set. Okay, so across time and across sex I am going to divide the data set tips. Okay, so column is equals to time I will specify, and row is equals to sex I will specify. Then I will plot the map. So g dot map, in bracket now I will specify sns dot scatter plot, because now a facet grid is nothing but I am simply creating the separate scatter plots for each of the subgroup after division. Okay, so I need to specify every individual scatter plot as an argument here, right? So sns dot scatter plot, and in bracket I will specify total bill and tip, so that it will generate the scatter plots for time and sex. Okay, so this is how my scatter plots look like. So these are the scatter plots I can generate. So I have generated the scatter plots for total bill, across tip, for total bill. So here what we have specified, we have specified how the data set division should be there, right? So we have specified male, female, we have specified division by gender ना, so male के लिए अलग से आएगा, female के लिए अलग से आएगा, right? Okay, so that's all about this assignment. I hope you got these things.